Ep.34, the flip side. I'm your host, Tambo, but I go by BEEZY. To the left of me, I got my co-host.
LEXX. This is the FLIPSIDE podcast, which is a weekly episodic media, sports, and entertainment original.
And then we got my guy, Marquis. He a new face in here. He over there throwing down. Shout out, Marquis.
Weak ass plate, but we rocking with it.
Look, ain't wrong with that plate. He got yams, mac and cheese. Look at him, man. But today we got a special guest on the pod. We got my young brother.
Say that part again. I was chewing. Go ahead. He gonna cut it anyway. This is it.
Hold on, what's that one nigga name with the dread? That be on No Jumper?
Brick Baby.
Brick Baby looking at.
You funny as hell.
But today we got a special guest, man. It's a younger brother of mine, my boy Kylan.
What's up, everybody? Also known as Kylan Keys.
He is a young up and coming real estate agent, right?
No.
Owner,
Apartment owner.
Okay.
Yeah, pipe
Yeah, I'm sorry, but this play got me, you know. But he is a apartment owner in the city of DFW. You know, wait, I said it wrong.
You good?
In the DFW Metroplex. Give it up for Kylan. I call it.
There
I ain't gonna lie, eventually we finally gonna get this intro down. Hey, you ain't even, did you say the Flip Side podcast weekly? You didn't even get to do that. Yeah. It's that plate, ain't it?
I said that, nigga, lock in.
Hey, this is good though. I'm not gonna lie to you.
But to start off, y'all, happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving, y'all.
Happy Thanksgiving, y'all. Happy Thanksgiving.
Like, you see, I prepared Thanksgiving for like everybody. Marquis, show off your plate, nigga.
Yeah. He act like that hoe not good for it.
I got 2 pieces of yams, a leaf of cabbage, 3 oxtails, and this dry roll, but, who next?
Nigga, who made it?
Tambo.
Go ahead, man. And then Lex, what's your plate?
Oh, I fuck with this cool. You did your thing on this, huh?
Yeah, you put your...
I put it literally, nigga. And then you already eating beef tips and shit. I know I didn't make that.
It's cool. It got enough calories.
We eating the same shit,
But shout out to Medea's down home cooking in Crowley, Texas. Yeah, this actually came from them. So, we have to make it seem like I made it, but I didn't. There I go. But to start off, y'all, the first question with you. Talk to us about how you first got into real estate, first and foremost. And also into, apartment owning. Well,
I'm going to finish chewing first, oh God. So, yeah, I started my journey back in 2021, the beginning of COVID. I was 17 years old at the time. And I always knew that I wanted to get into real estate, but it was more so of me...
My man, this damn chicken. Go ahead. My man, you go ahead.
It was just more so of me having I just thought I was too young to be in real estate. But whenever COVID happened and we went to online learning in high school, I started just studying real estate, driving apartment complexes. And then when I graduated high school, I got into property management. And the reason why I got into property management is because I don't come from money and I don't come from a family that had a track record in real estate. So I use property management to understand the operational knowledge that I'll be able to translate as an owner. So when I got into property management, I was a porter, picking up the trash, cleaning the pools, picking up dog shit. Then I moved all the way up to regional property manager by the time I was 19. And then I used that experience to leverage myself to own apartments.
So, how did you get the opportunity to manage a property?
On the property management side?
Yeah.
I mean, you can literally just do temp service and easily get into property management or just apply. Yeah. But I wanted to start off as a porter because I always believe in understanding both sides of a coin. So since I understood the bottom position, by the time I got to the top position, I knew how to operate the whole business.
Yeah. So what are some challenges that you faced throughout your journey?
I still face many challenges till this day.
Yeah.
But in the beginning, it was definitely my age. I mean, shit, I'm black, got dreads. So a lot of people they would assume that I'm something else that I'm not.
Yeah.
But aside from that, the challenges that I have now is I have a lot of experience in real estate at a young age. So people more so, they hate that I know what I know at this point. So, but in order to know that you're succeeding in whatever business you're doing, you got to have haters in the background. So it just motivates me to keep pushing more.
Okay, so like, who would you say was like one of your biggest supporters when you first started doing it?
Myself. I mean, I have a mentor now, but in the beginning, the only person that believed in me was myself. My family didn't believe in what I was doing. My friends didn't believe in what I was doing. Anytime I told people I wanted to own apartments, they thought that I was speaking bullshit. So definitely myself. Until this day, myself.
Everybody that didn't believe in you want to fuck with you now, right?
1,000%.
Yeah.
That's why I told you I commend y'all for what y'all doing, because when you start making noise, people in the background start popping up. It mainly be the people that never gave a fuck. It could be females, it could be niggas. It don't matter.
Yeah.
They're going to start popping up for sure.
But that's kind of like the black community though at the same time, because a lot of people, like, you know, they wait until you finally blow up and then they want to tag along.
Yeah.
But at the beginning, like, they not there when you're, you know, grinding to, like, you know, where you're trying to get to.
In order
So
to
that's
do
kinda like
anything
a norm.
in order to do anything that you want to do, you naturally have to isolate. Like I mean, it's always known that people say it's lonely at the top, but you're supposed to be lonely at the bottom, because you're never going to get to the top if you're not isolating yourself in the beginning stage. So as long as you're staying isolated, working on personal growth, whatever business you do, it will naturally come to you, because it's not success that follows somebody, it's habits that follow success.
That's bars, no cap. So, what do you say your biggest investment was, and like, what is your worst investment?
As of now, on the real estate side, I only have one property, so it's 195 units. So I mean, that's the best investment so far.
Mm-hmm.
But I wouldn't really say I have a worst investment as of now, but I have a lot of lessons that went the wrong way that taught me how to look at, you know, bigger things of success. Like when it comes to partnerships. Now that I understand bad partners versus good partners, I know who to partner up with on deals. Now that I understand good deals and bad deals, I know which deals makes the most sense to invest my time in. So I think I learned a lot from just bad experiences, because there's only a lot of things that you can truly understand from just studying something. But when you have the experience from behind what you were studying, it can definitely give you a better outcome on the good side or the bad side.
Yeah.
So, okay, so, like, you know how, like you're trying to analyze an investment, right? Like, how do you, like, pick and choose, like, you know, which, like, you know, property got, like, you know, like, potential to do something? Like, you know, how do you do that?
One thing I can say first off is it depends on your strategy, because anything can make sense depending on the plan that you have behind it. When somebody moves away and rejects the deal, somebody else buys it, it's not because they was a better person, it's just they had a different plan. But the current plan that I have with multifamily is I normally look for older built properties, so from the 1960 to 1980. And the reason why, and the reason why is because I like to add value to a property. So I'm looking for deals that has deferred maintenance. The paint is peeling. The ACs don't work. Work orders are not getting completed because the current owner doesn't have enough money to fix these needs. So we normally buy these deals where they're occupied at 70 to 80% occupied, and then we increase the occupancy. Once when it gets stabilized, go to the bank, do a refi, and then pull out that money and raise the rents. And by the time we raise the rents, the property is going to be worth even more than we sell it.
Damn.
Like, will you ever, like, expand outside the city? Like,
For sure. Right now, I'm definitely thinking about looking into Houston. But as of now, I'm just really trying to prioritize the DFW. The reason why is because Texas is one of the top 5 states to invest in. People are still moving down here from California, Houston, Louisiana, New York. So there's a lot of attention going to DFW. The rents are going to triple within the next 10 to 15 years. We've seen it happen. The beginning of COVID, Arlington's rent raised up by 20%. That's not normal.
crazy, man.
So right now I'm
Inflation.
focusing all of my time in the DFW and just buying. So it's called economies of scale. And it goes back to any business. The more scale you have, the more successful you're going to be. So I would rather buy a lot of apartment complexes that's close to each other so I can control the market. Let's say that I buy A property and C property and there's a B property and I raise my rents and we're better amenities, we're better, we just have a better product. We're going to squeeze the people from the B. They'll rather rent with us rather than renting somewhere else if they don't have the same return on their money. So that's how you essentially become the shark in the neighborhood.
Okay. Do you see yourself ever investing into like residential real estate?
Not maybe in the future, like if I'm buying, like, let's say the whole neighborhood and it's 100 houses or 200 houses, I look at scale. So whatever I can buy in scale, that's what I would normally invest in. But I like multifamily because you can buy 500 doors, 1,000 doors under one address, which simplifies everything.
Is that called like commercial?
Commercial. So whenever you have 5 or more units, it's considered commercial. So a duplex, a triplex is not commercial. By the time that you get 5 units or more, you have a cap rate. The cap rate is what truly makes the money explode, as I showed y'all in the car. So let's say that I raised the rents by $10 and I had 200 units. I can do the math right here since we're on here, just to show y'all what the cap rate is. So let's say I had charged the rents extra $10 and I had 100 units. That's $1,000 a month, $12,000 a year. If I sold it for a 6% cap rate, I increased my property value by $200,000 by just raising the rents a small amount of money.
So there's more money in commercial investing versus residential?
There's more money when you have more scale, yeah. So commercial would be the best bet. But I mean, I don't knock people that does residential. I know a lot of people that does residential. But I would rather find a way to have more time in my life, because regardless of how much money you make, if you don't have time, you're not living life. If you're making $1 million a month and you have no time to do free shit, you're not living life. But if you buy a product, which is apartments for me, I'm able to have a management company, have staff oversee that property Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. That gives me time back in life to do whatever I truly want to do, and that's the true form of success. Yeah. But if you're able to have a lot of money behind that, then I mean that's just the bonus.
Okay, you think it's more risk in investing in commercial versus residential, or like vice versa? I
mean, there's risk in anything you do, so I don't think there's more of a difference. But I feel like it's more safer to invest in commercial because, like I said, you have a staff. If you buy one house, you're the one that has to be there, or you could pay somebody to do it, but you're paying them bare minimum. So they're going to steal from you. They're not going to do the job correct. Versus if I'm paying a manager $50,000 a year, they're going to get the job done. So I like the piece from property management. I like the cap rate. And then also, whenever it comes to rough times, you want to have more units. Like whenever COVID happened, most people moved out from houses and they moved to apartments. During COVID, apartments were still collecting 95% on rent. Yeah. When everybody on news or Instagram, they're talking about, oh, this and this, apartment complexes were still striving. And the reason why is because it's recession proof. Whenever houses are too expensive to buy, people move to apartments. Whenever you first move out of your parents' house, you move to apartment. So apartments is always going to be something that's affordable. And that's why within the next 10 to 20 years, we're going to turn to a renter's market. It's going to be more apartments and more people staying in apartments than owning houses.
Yeah.
I talked to him, Brandon Marshall. But that leads up to my next question, because like, you know, like what you have a lot on your plate like that, like how are you managing all that? Like,
I mean, it goes back to habits. What are you doing as a person? Regardless, I still have to divide my time between my family, my son, the real estate, and marketing, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But your habits that you do every day as a person is what determines if it's going to be hard whenever you have more duties to do in life. And I never think of it as a duty. I actually think of it as a service. I want to bring my story to life to be able to shine that light on other people so that they'll be able to grow with me. So, I mean, it's all about personal development. And and how hungry as a person do you want to truly be, because then business or any extra things that you do is not going to put any weight on your shoulders because you already established a high vibration in yourself.
Yeah. What advice do you have for somebody that's looking to do what you do?
The advice that I have for somebody that's doing that I want to do is being around people that's doing what you want to do. But besides that, always staying uncomfortable. If you're comfortable in life, you're not growing. If you can tell me what you do every single day, you're comfortable because you already set your standard. So always be outside of your box. Like, for instance, a perfect example. Whenever I was 19 and I was a regional property manager, if you look it up on Google, the average regional is normally in their 40s to 50s. I was overseeing the whole portfolio. I had like 35 employees. That was 3 times my age. So there was a lot of doubts that was going in my head. But whenever I was on site and I was talking to my managers and they asked me questions, I was able to give them an answer. And I had this one lady that told me she's been in the business since 2003. I was born in 2002. That made me feel comfortable again. Because like, okay, this is normal. So you always want to stay uncomfortable. And uncomfortability means that you have to put risk in your life. Yeah. I told y'all in the car, my current goal right now is 500 units a year, 5,010. If I have everybody pay me $1,000 every month, that's $5 million a month, $60 million a year. And if I sell it for a 6% cap rate, that's $1 billion. It's a $1 billion goal, but I simplified it to I just need 500 units. So of course I'm uncomfortable, but you just have to simplify your goals enough or simplify your actions enough to be able to overcome whatever it is that you want to achieve.
Yeah.
So what's some trends like you see right now in the markets, like, you know, with like people like doing real estate, like what's some trends you see keep going?
It's a lot of it's a lot of people that enjoy social media. Like they show the cars, they show their houses, or they just might be showing what they're doing in real estate, but they're not actually behind the scenes. Like they truly. Some people, they truly don't know how to operate deals. It's not hard to buy an apartment complex. I know people that just knows how to do social media and they become an owner by doing the social media for the apartment complex. So any skill that you have, you can be able to use it in real estate. But it's people like me that's actually in the market doing the operations that understands what needs to be done for properties, what needs to be done in the market that's actually going to strive long term. So I think it's just a lot of people that likes to flash the wealth side, but they don't really truly understand the fundamentals when it comes to real estate.
Yeah. What's some resources you feel investors should have in their repertoire?
Say that again?
Some resources you think investors should have in their repertoire?
Number one, I'm going to go back to it. Relationships. You just need to be around people that's doing what you want to do. The 5 people that you hang around is going to determine the next 5 years of life. So even if you don't purposely try to do what you want to do, just the influence around you might make you accidentally do what you don't want to do. Yeah. So the relationships that you have in place, personal development, again, goes back to your habits, and then being in the field. Like, regardless of whatever business that you do, as long as you're in the field and whatever your business is, you're eventually going to succeed. But once when you drift away and start the shiny syndrome or the shiny trophy. When you start looking at what other people are doing, you're going to get distracted in your purpose. When it comes to God, as long as you're aligned to your purpose, everything else is going to follow. But once when you distract yourself from your purpose and your assignment, nothing is going to happen but just stress and anxiety and bad things in your life. So as long as you're staying aligned to your purpose that God gives you, staying in a circle of successful people that's doing what you want to do and working on yourself every single day, you shouldn't have any trouble becoming successful.
Exactly.
Okay, so boom, I got an example for you, right? So let's say, like, you know, one of your property complexes, right? Like it's a family. They struggling to make ends meet. You know, they really having a hard time paying rent. Like, how do y'all handle them, like those kind of situations?
So when it comes to delinquency, I know that most people think of just the landlord as pay me my money or you're out. I call property management a psychology game. You have to understand people's emotions. You have to understand what they're going to do before they do it. But then you also have to train them to do what you want them to do. So let's say that I take over a property and most people are not paying their rent. Whenever I do a notice and I knock on their door, I just say it's a reminder of your balance. I don't scream at them. I don't tell them to pay right then and there, or I'm a victim. I just say it's a reminder. So whenever I have the second conversation, it's already established that I'm on their side. Most people, when it comes to tenants, they just love to be heard. So if you become defensive, they're going to become defensive back. So as long as you're seeming that you're on their side, which you are, because, I mean, whenever you buy a big apartment complex, I want y'all to understand it's an actual community, and that's why I truly love what I do, because it's hundreds of families that's depending on us to upkeep that property. We do food trucks and et cetera. Like, we truly care for the community. But once when you have that second conversation, then you can establish the black and white. It's still all black and white because they signed a lease contract. So it's, hey, you supposed to pay your rent on such and such. The date that I put on the notice to vacate was this date. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to start the eviction process because you have to legally to back yourself. But hey, I still want you to pay. If you can pay your rent before the court date or on the court date, I don't care. If we drive into the eviction place, I will cancel it. So as long as you're coming to them as you're on their side, it will make a big difference between somebody willing to pay the rent that they already legally know they have to pay, or if they're just going to skip and go to another apartment complex.
Yeah. So what are your current tenants like so far?
What do you mean by that? Like the type of demographics I have, or
Yeah.
Or like what you dealt with.
I dealt with a lot of shit. I mean, I done.
You're like, come
dealt-
on, niggas, I'm gonna pay
Like,
this
what's the
up.
most recent one? Like, that you can remember?
Like, it was some wild story. Yeah, some most recent wild story.
I'm not gonna lie. Property management, there's wild stories every day. Like I done had guns pulled out on me, all types of shit.
Nigga, what?
Yeah,
Damn.
but I mean,
like,
I really can't even tell y'all what's the
That's because
craziest
you wanna
because
move
it's just
out.
the everyday thing. But
I promise I ain't moving up.
But what I can say, and it goes back to the beginning where I said with the bad and the good, all those bad experiences that I have allows me to have a better system in place.
Hold on, my bad.
Like, for instance, whenever I just told y'all how I would talk to a tenant that's owing money, I didn't know that in the beginning. I used to just say, hey, pay the rent, do. But once when you understand how to talk to people, it allows you to create better systems in place. Because just because you buy real estate, I want y'all to understand this. It's not just you're going to get cash every single month and you're living life. No, you're dealing with multiple people that has different personalities. So you just have to understand the psychology behind how to communicate with people, how to approach situations, and how to resolve conflict. Once when you're able to understand that, you can use that in any business for a sale or talking to clients. It doesn't matter what you do.
Yeah.
But so for you, like, you know, like how important is like the neighborhood quality? Like, let's say like when you thinking about, you know, finding like, you know, a property to like, you know, what you looking for in the neighborhood? Like
A good location. So I'm strong on great location and a bad property. So location wise, I'll look for like a Walmart, Starbucks, Whole Food Markets, Chipotle, just good location, good job growth. Median household income, I normally look for 60 to 80,000.
Yeah.
But mainly the location is just what consumers normally buy on a daily basis. Starbucks add up. If you're buying a cup for $3 times 7 every year, that's a lot of money just in coffee. So if they're spending that amount of money in coffee, they have a little bit of extra money to pay for rent if the rent keeps increasing year over year. So I'm strong on a good location and a shitty property and making it better, because the location will make it better. The location will pay for what I anticipate to happen. If it's a good location and I want to raise the rents by $200 and I know that people are making 3 times the rent, then it's obvious. It's an obvious good deal. So good location and shitty property is my strategy.
do you think it's money in trailer parks?
I wouldn't be able to tell you that because I've
a
never
good
done
question.
RV parks.
But
I can say a lot of people invest in it and they make a lot of money. You can, as long as you buy it in scale, you still be good. But it's just not my strategy. I investing in RV parks.
Yeah, that's crazy. Cause I swear, cause I always had that in my head. I thought about like, yeah, like I wonder how much people that like own like trailer parks. Like
I know a couple. Yeah, I know a couple people personally that honestly.
Cause there's a lot of
RV
people that live in trailer parks now.
Yeah.
So look, the thing about RV parks is they buy it because it's affordable. Right now in the U.S., everybody feels like there's not a lot of houses made or apartments made. It's the opposite. We're just experiencing not a lot of affordable units. Everything is expensive because of inflation. So RV parks is a good investment because it's strong cash flow because the rents are not as expensive.
Yeah. Okay, so what about like duplexes, like like those like townhomes? Like how is it like with townhomes?
They're
like,
good. I mean, it's a two-part answer to that. When it comes to townhomes, normally people think of like a individual unit. I wouldn't buy that type of townhome, but I would buy an apartment complex that has some townhomes installed.
Yeah.
And the reason why is because then you get different type of prospects. If somebody came from a 3-bedroom house and they have to move to an apartment complex, they're trying to get the biggest unit. A townhome would be the best bet. So if it's a location where I know houses are really expensive, but most people in that area tend to want to have a house, then townhomes could be a good investment. But if it's an area where mainly everybody are younger and they don't really have a lot of money, so they're buying studios and 1-bedrooms, then a townhome might not make sense, depending on the location and depending on how much money people are making in that area.
How did you meet your mentor and like what all does he do?
So the way how I met my mentor was the 3 times in 1 week. I seen him at one of the properties I was
first
managing.
and foremost, pause.
Y'all think
3 times in 1 week.
All right, bet. So let me pause. So boom. Whenever I went to one of my properties that I was managing, he was there to do a tour, and then I had a tour with a broker to look at this one property I was thinking on buying. He was at the tour with the broker, and then I had a real estate event that same weekend, and he was at that event. So we was like, bro, let's just stay in contact, and then the rest is history. My mentor is also the person that I partnered with on my first deal. So whenever it comes to mentors, I think a lot of people force it. I don't think mentors should be forced, because if somebody's just money hungry, they're not really looking for your best interest. But if somebody truly cares about you as a person and then you on the business level, those are the mentors that you truly need, because they're going to tell you if you're fucking up. Versus if somebody getting $1,000 a month or $5,000 a month, they're not really going to tell you all of the real spiel. So, but yeah, like I said, in the beginning process, I didn't have a mentor. I just had him as a mentor recently. So it goes back to, you always need to have belief in yourself, because the more that you have belief in yourself, the more that people will believe in you.
Yeah.
Exactly. So like with your family, like did they play any like parts in your ear about like about what to do or what not to do, or did you already
For sure.
have that?
I mean, I think everybody does. Based on, you're gonna give advice based on your personal experience. If your family's not doing what you want to do on a higher level, of course you're gonna get bad advice. It may not be bad advice. It may just be coming from the heart. But whenever you love somebody, you have a fear for them. So sometimes it's not good advice for you, but it might be good advice through them because they just truly love you and care about you. But I mean, I definitely had a lot of family that used to laugh at me, because I used to underwrite my deals on a journal. Like whenever I was 17, I was really determined to buy a deal. So whenever I used to come around, they used to be like, bro, stop studying. Or anytime that I go to a family event, I'm always talking about real estate. Like, regardless of whoever I talk to, I'm always going to end up talking about business. So you have to understand that certain people vibrate on a higher entity than other people. You just can't have the same conversations with other people. If you talk to somebody that don't have money, oh, I'm finna buy this car, it's $5 million. Versus somebody that has that success, it's a different conversation. So I think I was just around, not even just family, but in general, I was just around a lot of low energy, and that can drain you. That's why I said the people that you're around, it can naturally drain you without you even realizing it. sometimes we pour energy into people and not even realize that they're just vampires. They don't do nothing with their energy. They still stay the same. They're still in the same place.
Yeah.
So you just have to be protective over your temple, who you talk to, who you're around, because energy is real.
Do you have any family members that are tenants at your property?
I don't have family, but I got a couple friends. I got friends that stays in my apartment complex. But
That's love.
Yeah.
Okay. So how has your personal life changed since you started? Like, did you have to cut some people off, or people change, look at you different?
I mean, it goes back to what I said. You got to start lonely at the bottom, not at the top. So naturally, I didn't really have to force to cut people off because they just understood what I was doing. I'm not gonna text back as fast. I'm not gonna hang out every time y'all hang out. Like it was just noticeable patterns, and it came to the part where when I do hang out with people or if I talk a lot, they like, bro, this don't even sound like you. This weird. We used to you being in the background. So I mean, I naturally was already isolated, but females and shit, yeah, like it's a lot of females that starting to hit me up. Like I don't follow them back to none. I don't on my Instagram. I shouldn't be saying this. On my Instagram, I don't even follow females. Like I'm just at a point in life where I'm trying to be purpose driven and not have any distractions. When it comes to men, the main distraction for men is lust. Like it's an obvious thing. If you see a female, you quit. So I definitely had a lot of females starting to hit me up, but other than that, I mean, I don't really notice it because I don't care to notice because I was doing the same shit what I was doing in the beginning.
Just focus.
Yeah, just focus.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Locked in. So before we change courses, right? Like what can we expect from you coming up next? You know, with property owner.
More deals for sure. I'm looking at a couple deals right now. I can tell you about the deals that passed on. I was looking at a 117 unit in Duncanville. It was priced at $11.5 million. We backed out on that deal. There's a couple deals that I've been passing. One thing in real estate is you don't want to rush it. And I think a lot of people, especially on the residential side, they just buy any house. You have to really be strategic about what you want to buy, especially if it's a long-term investment. Like the apartment complex that I own right now, it's a 5-year hold. So if it doesn't make sense, then don't force it. But definitely more deals coming soon.
Yeah.
More content for sure too.
All right, y'all. And also brought to you by Media's.
Brought to you by Media's, man.
Shout out Media's.
And I ain't talking about your girlfriend. Yeah, it's cold.
So, Hell
no. Yeah, it's cold.
You know, we was eating earlier, you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
you was amazed by how it was earlier.
I got at first it was good, then now the meat got tough.
So Pascal Siakam looking at
All right, Keith Lee, go ahead and critique that plate for us real quick, buddy.
Michael Blackson looking at his name.
I don't know what that one nigga name, Orlando Brown.
I quit.
He did it like Orlando Brown from That's So Raven.
I got my dub. I quit.
You didn't get your dub.
Got my dub, twin. Chill.
You like him behind you, nigga. So Bob looking at him.
Boy, I look like Luau Dane. Yeah.
And nigga, I just call you Joe Kim Noah?
Matumbo.
No, nigga, you like Spud Webb.
Nah, what we got though?
But yeah, you know we got to get into it because you know the fight just happened like last week. So how do y'all feel about Mike Tyson and Jake Paul? I think it's rigged, personally.
Hey, I would have did what I would have did.
I don't know.
I'd have took that $20 million and I would buy me 5 properties, 10 properties. I don't care. Hey, he did what he had to do. But it's all respect on both sides. Y'all got to think about it. At the end of the day, if it was rigged or not, he still got in the ring at his age and still lasted all rounds and stood on his feet. So it's respect on both ends. Mm-hmm. Obviously, we knew it was a marketing thing, but we still fell for it. That's why marketing is so pure. People still going to fall for what they know.
But and that's also why it's rigged.
I mean, we all saw Mike be like this dangerous motherfucker that, you know, can't be fucked with.
But then look at it.
But first that fight, it's like, damn, like
I'm not gonna lie. It's like y'all keep talking about this leg shit, but I'm telling you, if you look at the beginning of the fight, bro, it's even clips.
There's
of
everybody
angles
beginning
of
of
them.
the fight.
It's clips. Well, yeah, I understand that.
Yeah.
But at the very beginning, bro, Mike could have caught this nigga so many times.
Oh God, gets about it on the glove.
And then it was times where he called him like a couple of good times. Next thing you know, it looked like Jake whispering in his ear. Now Mike like posting up. Now he pulling punches. Like nigga, why are you pulling punches?
Slow down.
Like you're pulling punches. Like
I
you know how
think it's
crazy that
because
is?
he was tired and he didn't want. And Jake Paul hit hard. He didn't
I
want.
know, but even if you is tired, right?
he didn't want to
why would you
overcommit
pull a
on the
punch if you
punch,
tired?
fool, and get knocked out by a white boy.
True, but look, if you swinging right, like let's say you swinging tired, you like throw a little sluggish one. Mike was doing this. He was like flinching a punch. Ain't no way he got tired to where
You
he
can
flinched
look
a
back
punch.
in the first, second rounds, like when Mike was throwing punches, Jake would slip and catch his ass with some shit. He probably got tired of feeling them hoes. And on top of that,
Like his mind,
he do drugs and
it's
shit.
like back then, like
I don't
he can
think
do it, but his body, like nah.
his shit
Oh,
hurt.
I personally don't believe it. I ain't gonna lie.
Jaw hurt, chin hurt, everything.
So you know,
But like
Jake
you
Paul
said,
didn't feel
like
nothing?
you said though, that's why mindset is so powerful because it's gonna push you to things that you can't even be capable to push through.
Yeah.
Oh,
you
God.
know your limits.
I respect Mike for that though, and I think I don't respect how everybody dissing Jake Paul and shit. Like this fight been in the work for like a couple years.
Yeah.
If y'all, but before he actually beat Mike Tyson up, they was saying he was gonna lose and shit. So now,
Yeah, because they look. Okay, look. I
so
understand that.
now
But they
when
talking about Mike.
lose, like they saying he old. Y'all should have used that excuse like I was using before
I,
the
like,
fight
I
started.
actually got a clip for that because I made a clip. Because remember, like it was like our third podcast, like at party shit.
Mm-hmm.
I said about the fight. I said it's a lose-lose situation on both sides. Because on one side for Jake, they gonna say either it's rigged
You
or
did say
Mike's too
that.
old. And I also said from Mike's side, if he loses, like it's gonna look bad on Jake because nigga, you just beat up old ass Mike Tyson. But when you look at the fight reaction to the fight, who was just, oh my God, Jake beat up Mike. Well, nobody really was saying that.
Nobody ever
When you
rooted
think
for
about it,
Jake.
right?
At the end of the day,
But you know
Mike,
they gonna know his name though.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Nigga, they been knowing his name from like,
Oh God.
like
he
they
been popping.
knowing
Yeah, that's the
Jake.
crazy part. Yeah, he been popping.
But my thing is like, when you look at his fights, like, you know, they said before he does gimmick fights. It's like the real boxer he fought was Tommy Fury, and Tommy Fury not even all that good. He lost to him. That's a real boxer. Imagine what anybody else that's for real would do to Jake.
Real boxing fans understand this though.
Yeah, but I feel like a lot of people don't understand that. Like they make it seem like Jake the new
No,
nigga
nobody
around.
just
Like
say
he
this
just
nigga
this
cold.
nigga.
Everybody hate that nigga.
I'm not saying it's you. I'm saying it's people say that. Like they try to make it seem like Jake Paul is the new face of boxing. And in reality, he's
That's
not.
who he is though.
He ain't no
Kinda,
face of boxing.
kinda.
He do the
You
most
gotta
numbers.
think about it. You gotta think about it. You gotta think about it. This
But
goes
is he
to
going
too.
after
Look,
belts?
look. He went to the decision maker. Mike is known. He's one of the top in the boxing. Regardless,
but the
regardless,
nigga
regardless,
basically
of,
gone.
regardless of what they say. Oh, he should never fought him. He did kind of shit. He put the entry through the door for him.
All right, boom. I'm gonna
Because
give you
not
an
too many
example.
people can say that he fought. Who can say that they
True.
fought him though?
Exactly. But look, let's say this nigga starts training and he calls that a Sugar Ray Leonard or some shit, right? And everybody looking at it from they know the history about Sugar Ray Leonard being a legend and shit. Marquis can't fuck with him. He get in the ring and beat Sugar Ray Leonard.
decision.
Knowing
or
Sugar Ray
knockout?
Leonard old and Mike lost by decision.
He could
like
have lost
that.
by a knockout. Jake Paul granted him some grace.
And he could have lost by
for real.
knockout too, but Mike was pulling punches.
Boy, all black people gonna jump Jake if he gonna knock out.
But look, if you were, like, imagine if you was to beat like Sugar Ray Leonard, everybody gonna be saying the same thing, and you should at least feel in your heart, like, damn, I beat up old ass Sugar Ray
He
Leonard.
got the choice to say no.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
God.
nigga, you know Mike, like,
Okay,
half ain't all the way
yeah,
there, so of course he gonna say
yeah.
yeah.
Bro, you getting M's at the end of the day. Niggas don't
Yeah.
care for real. They
Niggas
knew
not
what it
care
was
at
when
all.
they started.
Yeah, but the people outside of it that's not getting the M think
They buying
shit,
tickets.
some other shit.
They buying tickets.
Damn, meat so damn cold right now.
Mike
Straight
and Jake
pink.
been friends for a long time.
Yeah.
They just got some money. It's like getting some money with your homeboy. That's what they did.
Bro, you know that. Bro, I wish they could zoom in on your chicken, bro. Like,
I had the
you
chicken.
said,
Stiff, pink.
still.
I'm not gonna lie, like it's cool, like it ain't too bad.
Oh, it's cool taking another bite.
That hoe don't look appetizing. He drop his shit, a guy finna fire you up.
Hell no.
Oh God, put that on the microwave.
No, it's good though. Shit.
This
I feel
nigga,
like rubber tweak.
hey, his cabbage standing up. Look at his cabbage standing up.
Oh yeah,
How
that's
your
a little-
cabbage standing up for?
Damn, I'm not gonna lie, this play kind
All
of.
right, quit stabbing it. Come on, man. Chill.
Nah, but would y'all want to see Mike Tyson fight anybody else, or that shit over with for y'all?
I feel like he should. I feel like I
Some
mean,
of
that, like ain't no
his age.
point. Like it's like
You can fight Evander, Holyfield.
I don't want to see none of them old ass niggas fight.
If he
Except
do more
for Floyd.
fights, then it's all
damn.
gonna
What's
be
wrong? With,
fugazi.
okay, what about Mike and Roy Jones rematch?
That shit was weaker than Jake Paul fight.
But
I got-
They couldn't even like each other. They couldn't even like. It was in a contract. They couldn't
And
hit
oh
each
yeah, I
other.
heard it was in Mike's contract to not knock out.
what?
I heard something like I don't know
It was
if it's
sanctioned
true.
fight. It was.
Bro,
They said it was
that.
something. in
Mike
that
Tyson-
contract.
I
Could
seen him
knock
say
Jake
something
Paul
about
out.
the gloves. The gloves was
Oh,
different.
16 ounce. I mean, it's
And Mike not
fine.
used to them kind of gloves, so imagine if he would have caught Jake.
Nigga,
Then what?
what? Imagine
he
Jake
didn't.
would have called Mike. Shit.
Mike caught him a couple. Bro, Mike got him a couple good times.
It
Probably
wasn't good
big
enough,
ass
bro.
gloves, fucking cushion his face.
Bro had 7 hits.
This nigga the only boxer that wrestled with. I said wrestle.
It's-
who y'all want to see Jake Paul fight?
I want to see him fight Ryan Garcia. I want to see him fight
Ryan gonna knock
Canelo.
him out.
Canelo, he's fight Canelo. Cause remember that fight that they was supposedly trying to say that
Canelo gonna
Canelo's
beat Jake
scared of?
ass.
Yeah,
Canelo
he
scared
fight
of Crawford and Benavidez.
He probably is.
Yeah.
Fucking Floyd, come back out,
Floyd and Jake.
He doing those weak matches
Floyd
all
gonna
over the
beat the shit out
world.
of Jake.
Bro,
too.
he getting some amps off that shit. Then nigga going to
Japan.
yeah, he going to Japan and all these different places
He
getting
fighting
Oh, he
bags
still
fighting.
fighting? I ain't know that.
Yeah,
Like, he just
fight
run
like
around fighting
couple
for
times
money,
a year.
bro.
I didn't even know that.
Pick
shit.
up like 10, 20
Some
million.
M's fast.
And then like he put sponsorships on his shorts, so that's just extra money on
Extra
top
money,
of like
yeah.
what you signed for.
Like who was he? Who was Floyd signed with?
Himself.
Like,
The
and
money
I'm talking about
team.
like, does he sign with like a shoe brand or anything?
No.
I don't think.
Cause he be cause it's like it's some shoes that he wear that I know
could be.
other boxers wear, but it's not no team like
Probably
no money
custom,
team
yeah.
shit.
You might be right. We gotta look into that.
Is it them elite shoes or something like them elite boxing shoes? I don't know.
I don't know.
Smart.
Reebok. Something I don't know what it is, but it's something close to it. But now, but before we end the pod, like I want you to tell us, since this is a Thanksgiving pod, just tell us about what you're thankful for, and just like take us away, man. Take us away. Like close us down.
Definitely thankful to wake up every day for sure. Bro, there's a lot of things. I mean, shit, thankful that I'm able to walk, talk, family, son, real estate. But most importantly, is being able to wake up and contribute with my purpose to help other people.
Yeah.
And then for you, Lex, what about you, player?
Like I said, I'm thankful for family, for sure. My close friends, they family too. And shit, I'm thankful God woke us all up this morning and shit.
And by the way, his freaky ass talking about the close friends on Instagram. Just let y'all know. Marquis,
but
about
yeah.
you, man.
Thankful to be for family. That have eyesight, all my limbs working. Never mind.
You might have to do it to him, bro.
Man, never mind.
I really got trouble.
Thankful for everything. Life is like not so many people have chances to live life. So
Don't cry, fool. Don't cry.
Come on, let it out for them. Come on, let it out,
what
Marquis.
about you? Smooth snake skins?
Okay.
No,
Smooth
them hoes not
operator.
even smooth,
Go
bro.
ahead.
Them hoes rough.
Boy,
They ain't even seen that hoe, nigga. That
You
hoe
play
just
piano
rough.
at church like oh God.
Hey, he look like this. He look like this carpet on, bro.
Are you like LA
Madagascar, looking at it.
Go ahead for what you thankful for.
You know what? I would do it to y'all, but we finna close out. So I got you. I'm gonna save y'all for later. Pause.
Hey, this nigga look like he hunted for his plate, fool. Safari ass nigga. My nigga 100 for his plate.
And
That's
look,
me.
I'm still chewing this tough ass meat. Paul.
Bro,
Yeah,
nah,
I'm
bro,
saying,
he did that to
You
himself,
wild
bro.
off, boy.
He did that to himself.
A part of that meat good over there, Paul.
Bro, the hoe already ended. This ain't even
We
that.
need a melatonin. Okay.
But you know, for me, I'm gonna say I'm thankful for my family. I'm thankful for my girl. I'm thankful for my, you know, my closest friends, and I'm also just thankful for like, you know, God, you know, like just, you know, blessing us with this vision of this podcast, and also I'm thankful for like things to come. You know, that's what I'm thankful for.
Yeah.
Yeah, y'all been killing it.
Amen.
Before we get out, I'm finna give a couple shout outs and shit. I wanna shout out AG Slide, shout out to Party, goddamn, shout out to Brene, and shout out to Jay Fema. Yeah, that's it.
What's his real name?
Can't tell you.
He a man, he ain't a female.
Can't tell you.
Federal.
It's a nigga. It's a female. He hiding.
I'm gonna just say shout out to Kylan Yarbrough, man.
And also, we want to. Damn, nigga,
Oh,
let me
hey,
hang shit.
Let you hanging like that?
Oh
No,
my
I ain't
God,
know you
nigga.
was.
I was
I ain't
gonna
know
be
you
like
was
this
stretching
for a
on
minute.
God. It's
But
them
like,
shades.
also, I want to give you a flower and tell you I'm proud of you because, you know,
for
me and Marquis, we've been
Appreciate
seeing you,
it.
she was about yay high,
A
man.
little kid.
And nigga like AJ from Fairly Odd Parents back in the day, man. So you know what? But we proud to see your growth, my boy. And keep going, man. I'm proud
Appreciate
of you.
it. Appreciate it. For real.
On the count of three, y'all catch us on the flip side. 1, 2, 3.
Catch you on the flip side.